Gitu. Udah nih. Gini ya kelihatannya. Di sini. Ada sih? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, I'm Mahdi Nabihaya. My student number 011 93 293 from Informatica 43 Second. Want to present database development for subject database modeling. Okay. The first one, database lifecycle. Database lifecycle is about planning, analysis, design, implementation, and maintenance. The first is planning. Purpose of planning is to develop a preliminary understanding of a business situation and how information system might help solve a problem or make an opportunity possible. Consists of two steps. The first one is enterprise modeling. There was analyze current data processing, analyze the general business function and the database needs, justify need for new data and databases in support of business. The second is conceptual data modeling. The purpose is identify scope of database requirement for proposed information system and to analyze overall data requirement for business function support by database. The second of database lifecycle is analysis. The purpose of analyze is to analyze the business situation thoroughly to determining requirement, to structure those requirements, and to select among competing system feature. The conceptual data modeling part 2 in analyze is to develop preliminary conceptual data model including entities and relationship. The second, to compare preliminary conceptual data model with enterprises data model. The third, to develop detailed conceptual data model including our entities, relationship, attribute, and business rules. Fourth, make conceptual data model consistent with other model of information system. And the last, populate repository with our conceptual database specification. The next life cycle of databases is design. Design purpose to elicit and structure our information requirement as to develop our technology and organize specification. Consists of two steps. The first one, logical database design, and the second, physical database design and definition. Logical database design is to analyze in detail the transaction, form, display, and inquiry like as database view required by the business function supported by the databases. The next, integrate databases view into conceptual data model and identify data integrity and security requirement and populate. The next is physical databases design and definition. To define database to often generate from repository, design on physical organization of data, design the database processing programs. The next life cycle is implementation. Implementation is purposes to write program, build databases, test and install the new system, train user, and finalize documentation. Database implementation, code and test database processing program, complete database, the documentation and training material, install database, and convert data from prior system. And the last in database life cycle is maintenance. The purpose is to monitor the operation and usefulness of the system and to repair and enhance the system. Database maintenance is to analyze database and databases application to ensure that involving information requirements are met. Tune database for improved performance, fix error in database and application to recover database when it is contaminated. Next, people who involved in databases development. Managing people involved in database development, there are business analysts. This individual work with both management and user to analyze the business situation and develop the detailed system and program specification for project. The next is system analyst. This individual may perform business analyst activities but also specify computer system requirement and typically have a stronger system development background than business analysts. The next is database analysts and data modelers. These individuals concentrate on determining the requirement and design for the database component of the information system. The next is user. User provide assessment of their information needs and monitor that the developed system meets their needs. The next one is programmer. This individual design and write computer program that have command to maintain and access data in the database embedded in them. And database architect. This individual established standard for data in business unit, striving to attain optimum data location, currency, and quality. The next one is data administration. Data administrator. This individual have responsibility for existing and future databases and ensure consistency and integrity across databases. And as expert on database technology, they provide consulting and training to other project team members. The next one is project manager. Project manager oversee assigned project, including team composition, analysis, design, implementation, and support of project. And the last one, other technical expert. Other individuals are needed in areas such as networking, operation system, testing, data warehousing, and documentation. Evolution of databases system. Susah nih jelasinnya. Database found in 1960 apa sih bahasa Inggrisnya? Database is found in 1960 who based from flat files and their upgrading into 1980 as an hierarchical data also to the network keep an relational then upgrade enhance at object oriented and object relational until now it's brought to be data warehousing. Hierarchical database model. In hierarchical model, files are organized in a top-down structure that is assembled a tree genealogy charts. The second one is network database model. In network database model, each file can be associated with an arbitrary number of other files. Like that. Ini nih, ini ada kotak nih, terus ada cabangnya. Cabangnya ada cabang lagi tuh. Gak tahu bahasa Inggrisnya gimana. Oke lah Bu ya. The next one is relational database model. The relational database model is primary focus of this course. Organized, kok saya nyebut primary fokusnya. The next one, relational database model. The relational model is organized data in the form of table and relationship among them. Like misal nih, ada data A, terus ada data B. Data A ini misalnya penjual. Si penjual ini, si data B-nya pembeli. Si penjual ini menjual beberapa barang berdasarkan nama barang, kode barang, harga barangnya. Terus si yang B ini, dia ngebeli si barang tadi. Jadi data yang dimiliki si B untuk dimasuki penjual itu terkoneksi. Itu namanya relational database model. Saya nggak tahu bahasa Inggrisnya Bu, susah. Ya udah lanjut ya Bu ya. The next one is object oriented database model. The object oriented model is based on object classes and relationship among them. As shown in the figure, an object class encapsulates attribute and method. Nah, seperti ini nih. Ini gambaran nanti saya sediain di sini. Ciu. Ini gambar nih Bu. Ada slide nih. Ya, sip ya. The next is multidimensional database model. Multidimensional databases, which form the basis data warehouses, allow us to view data in form of cube or a star schema. The evolution of database system to resume the development and evolution of technology generally driven by first, the need to provide the greater independence between programs and data. thereby reducing maintenance costs. Second, the desire to manage increasingly complex data types and structure. Third, the desire to provide easier and faster access data for users who have neither a background in programming language nor a detailed understanding of how data are stored in databases. And the last, I think it's the last, because the last is the need to provide ever more powerful platform for decision support and application. I think in this presentation, that's all. I'm so sorry, and I take my apologize if there in my presentation there might be full, like my pronunciation goes wrong, or many kind of sentences that I can't translate from bahasa into an English perfectly. But to close this session, thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, close the door. Udah dong. Cut.